watching 21 WFMJ, where 21 stands for more local news. This is 21 News, 11 p.m.
Trumbull raises. Commissioners approve an increase in pay for nearly 160 county employees, while the increase will leave those employees with less in their pockets. Explosion evacuation. Champion residents spend the night away from home as authorities continue fighting a warehouse fire. What hazmat officials say about the level of chemicals in the air. Struthers Connector. City officials plan a link to nearby Camel, how they'll bridge the gap. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jennifer Baligush. Bob Black has the night off. A new bridge is being planned in Struthers to connect the city with nearby Camel. A bridge is currently being designed to extend Bobseen Way over the Mahoning River to the new Walton Avenue Bridge. The mayor of Struthers says the new construction will help bring more business into the area.
The purpose is to revitalize the brownfield sites. You know, we've cleaned up a lot of property down there. Access has been a problem. Getting into it, the existing businesses down there complain a lot about the condition of the roadways and needing upgraded infrastructure to facilitate their expansion and growth.
Mamula expects construction on the Bobseen Way extension to begin next summer and construction on the new bridge to begin in 2009. Total cost of the project is around $3 million. Warren lawmakers will have to wait until after Christmas to make an attempt to overturn the mayor's residency veto. At tonight's meeting, Councilman Robert Dean made a motion to override Mayor Michael O'Brien's veto and retain the residency policy that allows city employees to live outside municipal limits but within the county. The policy concurs with state law that was passed last year. And according to Warren's law director, Dean petitioned to make the motion on December 6th and has to wait 10 days before council can vote on it. Council will have one last meeting of the year on December 26th. The city of Warren, its police department, police chief, and one of its officers are the target of a civil rights suit. The suit stems from this incident when former patrolman Richard Kovach continued searching Timothy Brown's car, even though police dispatch said that Brown was not a suspect in an investigation. Brown's suit alleges excessive force, assault and battery, and infliction of emotional distress. Even though the city eventually fired Kovach, the suit claims the city failed to discipline the police officer. Kovach is the same officer who is accused of repeatedly tasering Heidi Gill during an arrest. Nearly 160 union employees in Trumbull County will receive a 9% pay raise over the next 3 years, but in return, they will have to pay out more in health care. Trumbull County Commissioners approved the agreement for the union representing Jobs and Family Services today, and like all unions, the workers will see a significant increase in the amount they pay for a hospital visit, and their prescriptions co-pays have also increased.
The cap on the health insurance has been lifted, and an employee now pays 10% of the total. We gave them a 0.5% on the employee share of the pickup, too. And I might add, this is the last of the 9 unions that we've bargained with over the past 12 months.
Administrators call the contract affordable and fair. Youngstown schools hope the third time's a charm for their funding levy. The $9.5 million levy will be on the March ballot after being rejected by voters twice in 2006 and 2007. The school says it needs the $5 million to pull itself out of fiscal emergency. Political analyst Dr. Bill Benning says despite 2 failed attempts, school levies are usually successful. However, he says many people see rejecting levies as their only way to express their unhappiness with taxes, and in the current economic climate, they could again vote no.
People think maybe we're going into a recession. All of those, the sort of climate has some bearing on whether they're going to vote for it too. And I don't think the climate's particularly good for voting for taxes.
The Fiscal Oversight Commission meets tomorrow morning to discuss proposed cuts to the district to help the schools stay afloat. New information about a racial discrimination lawsuit filed against the Pennsylvania State Police. A confidential settlement has been reached between state police and Trooper Billy Williams. He took the state police to federal court claiming his subordinate slashed his tires and made various racial remarks at the Mercer Post. Crews have been working around the clock in Champion to use dirt to smother a fire that has been burning for 2 days now. Industrial plastic stored in about 45,000 square feet of a warehouse space at Intergroup International caught on fire Monday. Crews used hundreds of gallons of water, then were told by the EPA the best course of action was to allow it to burn. But unfortunately, the rain and weather pattern caused smoke as thick as fog to accumulate and cause a plume of smoke to hover over Leavittsburg. About 50 people left their homes during a voluntary evacuation, and LaBrae schools were closed today.
One infant listed on the paper, and up until their 80s, 35 people total.
We sent firemen door to door, and the reception was very well received. We also followed up with a reverse 911.
Really do not want to be out in this, no outside activity.
Trumbull Hazmat tells us levels of chemicals being emitted are down now. Officials will review the situation in the morning. Some wintry weather is headed our way. Chief Meteorologist Mark Coots is here with a look at the forecast.
Well, thank you, Jennifer, and good evening, everyone. Things are going to turn worse during the early morning hours. A winter weather advisory has been posted from 4 o'clock in the morning, and that will continue till after sunrise and probably till late morning. We're going to have a real mixed bag here. Here's Storm Tracker radar now up close. You'll see the snow and the freezing moisture is over Columbus. Some of that's aloft. It's not reaching the ground, but gradually it's going to make a pass coming up from the southwest toward the northeast. Here's a big picture now around the Great Lakes. It shows all that moisture in southern Illinois and Indiana and down into Kentucky. Just look at the plume that is working toward the northeast. Now, gradually that's going to invade Ohio as we go through the early morning hours of your Thursday. There's a lot to share with you. I'll have that coming up.
All right, thanks, Mark. There's much more to come on 21 News. Vaccine recall. A well-known drug company is pulling vaccinations off the market because of an issue with sterilization. What the company says about its recall. Project Feed Our Valley. Some people donate food, others give money. Tonight we'll tell you about the people who donate their time to help the needy. Plus, in sports, will the Hounds start their 3-game series with a win against Texas?
Closed captioning is made possible through the support of Forum Health at Home Hospice. Comfort for the mind, body, and spirit.
Tomorrow on WFMJ Today, the fallout from the Federal Reserve's decision to cut interest rates.
Tomorrow we're live at Sparkle, just about your last chance to put those non-perishable items in the box.
Also tomorrow, Nancy from Sparkle is getting cheesy, with veggies, that is. Hope to see you tomorrow, beginning at 5.
What was the top local sports story of the year? You decide. 21 Sports counts down the Valley's top 10 sports stories of 2007. Go to WFMJ.com to vote now.